Hello viewers, welcome to my Doctor Who themed YouTube channel, Who Ventures, and in this video I am going to review Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 9, Flatline, written by Jamie Matheson. Now I really enjoyed this episode, for it, as well as being scary, it was really hilarious too. Now I'm filming this on the Saturday, a few hours before the next episode, because I sort of got sidetracked this week. And but a good thing that happened this week is I just happened to sketch Patrick, the male judge, on the Great British Sewing Bee, and I tweeted the little sketch I did, and he retweeted it. And Great British Sewing Bee Twitter account retweeted it too, so that was fun. I like it. It's really exciting when that happens, because I just do a quick sketch of you. It's like 2 minutes after I sent it through Twitter, you retweeted it, so yay, thank you. So this episode was really good and it was really funny. Now the guy on the phone at the start gets sucked into the sort of data rail wallpaper bit, and I thought that was a really cool effect, how his face was all stretched, and it sort of referenced that famous painting where the skull's all stretched. And I thought it's interesting how you can't see his eyes, but you could sort of hear he's screaming, and he sort of looks like the boss of Gallifrey Base, so that's been picked up on. And then I liked how the doctor said we've literally got acres of room, because Danny doesn't want Clara leaving anything in the TARDIS. Well, that's what Clara said, that Danny said. So that sort of gave me an idea for a picture. And then the ishiness bit was funny. And then the little door in the TARDIS, when it first shrank, it was so cute. And then I really like how excited the doctor got and said, "This is impressive. You're boring," said "You're annoying" to Clara. I thought that was funny. But then, and I liked how he said it was his house. I thought that was cute. And then I thought it was really sweet. I wouldn't like you to get squished. I thought that was quite sweet. Now, in this episode, we have Clara sort of acting as the doctor, and Rigsy's her companion. I really enjoyed Rigsy's character. I thought it was really, really good and worked really well with Clara. And if there was to be a spin-off of Clara and Rigsy, I'd totally watch it. Now, I love the doctor's steampunk glasses, like the glasses you put on at the opticians when you get your eyes tested, which are actually really fun, especially when they tighten them up on your face. So I really like that bit. And then I really like how the doctor, when the TARDIS shrunk again, and he goes, "That can't be good." I really like how he does that. And then they have the mural on the wall in the subway. Now I was wondering why nobody is wondering why if they think people have just painted the mural, why they've painted the backs of the people, and nobody's sort of wondered why they painted the back of the people and not the front of the people, and nobody's even suspicious that nobody knows who actually did the mural. I thought that was interesting. I love Clara's giggle when she sees the tiny TARDIS. I thought that was cute, and I really agreed with her when she says it's adorable. And then his big face, the doctor's big face coming out the tiny TARDIS, that was funny. And then I thought it was interesting, the TARDIS is always lighter, because if it landed with its true weight, it'd sort of fracture the surface of the Earth. Well, that was an interesting factoid. And then I thought it was funny, and when the doctor's hand sort of came out the TARDIS doors, and Clara says, "Don't do that, that's just wrong." And that's because there's a thread on Gallifrey discussing whether that's like sort of meant to be innuendo or naughty. But I thought it was funny. And then she puts TARDIS in her handbag, then the doctor's hand comes up out the TARDIS out of her handbag. I thought it was funny. And then she spins round and then the doctor gets dizzier like that, and then she says, Clara's Dr. Oswald, but you can call me Clara. I thought that was good too. And then there's that really cool bit where they had the skin pattern of the skin on the wall in one place, and then they had the policewoman's nervous system as that mural. I thought it was a clever idea, and it was very well done too. And then we had Clara scaring Rigsy off and throwing him in the deep end. I thought it was good. And I really liked how when the doctor pushed the sledgehammer out the TARDIS and out of Clara's handbag. That was fun. And then I like the sort of double meaning of Clara saying the doctor is usually out of the box. I thought that was funny. And then the policewoman gets sucked into the rug. Stop doing that, camera. So I thought it was a real good effect when the policewoman got sucked into the rug, and then like the furniture around the room sort of got like painted, sort of paint splatters sucked into the walls. But that looked pretty cool. So the effects on this episode were pretty cool. And then in the middle of trying to get out of the room with Briggsy, Danny rings up and there's been a big thread on Gallifrey base, because some people in America, because one of the channels, BBC America, got the subtitles wrong, and people have been asking if Danny said, "What up, bitch?" But he didn't. He said, "I've got our bench." He definitely said bench, BENCH. So that's been the big talking point for this episode. And then also there's been a talking point about Danny saying sounds kind of active. Then there's a lot of discussion about how Clara's lying a lot and how it's going to bite her on the bum and sort of. Anyway, I love the doc when he's pointing his hand out of the handbag to the mural. I really like that. I thought it was funny. And then the line, Killer Graffiti need a better name for them than that. And I thought it's interesting when that says people with hope run faster. I really like the bit where he says, yeah, I do really like edible pie. I mean circle pie, but that would also be edible pie. So I thought that sort of reminds me of the recipe book of it. I thought that might have been a little reference. And then the bit where George sort of gets sucked into the wall, but you can't see it unless you tilt it around like it's one of them chalk optical illusions, and you have people do chalk pictures on the pavements and they look like 3D. I thought that was really cool. And then I thought it was sweet that Biggsy's trying to show Clara one of his artworks, trying to impress her, but she like just completely ignores him. And Doctor made the 2Ds, which is funny, that he thinks he's so funny because he gave this a name, but it's not really fun. But he thinks it's funny, so it's good. Then there's the big hand that came out. It made me jump on the first watch, and it was really scary. But if you look closely, on my rewatch, you can see the actual shadow of the hand sort of coming up, ready to grab the guy. So I thought that was a really cool effect. And then I thought when the boneless, they all went 3D and they saw flickering about. I thought that was really cool too. But then the horrible old guy, he threw the TARDIS onto the train tracks, which is really horrible. And then I liked how we saw like the Doctor doing sort of peekaboo through, but the TARDIS was horizontal. I thought that looked really cool because at one point it looked like the Doctor had just black eyes, which made it look really weird. And then the Addams Family bit with the TARDIS was so funny. And I think they should do a remote control where it's the TARDIS and then there's a hand sort of coming out of it, and with the remote control you can make the hand sort of pull the TARDIS along. I think that would be really cool. And then the Doctor does the most adorable celebratory dance when he thinks he's like saved the TARDIS, and he does a little dance. It's so funny. I think it's really sweet. But then, because he does the dance, he flips the TARDIS back over, so when he is happy and celebrating, he gets into trouble again. It's oh. And then the TARDIS went into siege mode, which looked cool, and you can actually buy a siege mode TARDIS. It's apparently £65 from that Replica's website. So that sounds like quite a reasonable price, and it sounds kind of cool. But then there's a sort of a blooper slightly where the Doctor's hair sort of went a lot shorter and a lot less puffy. Well, I said it was his hair going into siege mode, which it probably was. And I thought it was sweet how the Doctor's like saying, complimenting Clara well in the TARDIS, because he thought the air supply was gonna run out, so he starts being sweet to Clara. My camera's being a dick again, sorry. Please excuse my camera not working. It's the Logitech my camera is a Logitech C920, and it was meant to be better than my previous Logitech camera, but it's not, because it keeps doing all jerky movements and I don't know how to fix it. And I know I rant about this nearly every video, but I can tell me how to make it behave, because it's really weird. Anyway, and then we see this train driver, and here's the best line in the episode nearly, and he says, "I've always wanted to ram something." That's one of the best lines in the episode. It's really funny. I thought it was hilarious. And then I thought it was really good how Clara got Rixie back off the train, and she really did talk like the Doctor at that bit, how she used the hairband. But they was going to ram the train into the boneless, but the train just went all 2D, which is really weird. But then she comes out of a plan to get Rixie, and Rixie's art saves the day. Yay! And because she used the enemy's power against them, so the boneless charge the TARDIS by sapping this fake door. I loved that the Doctor, he's like got his, and then he has his like big time Lord Victorious type speech. I actually really enjoyed that bit. I thought it was really good, and I really liked Clara's proud smile at him. She looked so proud and happy with everything. I thought that was really sweet. But when he bursts out the TARDIS to zap the boneless, Capaldi sort of does a waddle run, and it's really cute. It's like, it's sort of tiny, because it doesn't have to go very far forward, but it's sort of a little waddle run, and he's so cute. And then the Doctor sort of transported everybody safely into the TARDIS and safely back again, but that old man's still horrible. But I really like the train driver, so I thought it was cute. And then Rixie gets a nice big hug. And then there's the line, "You're an exceptional Doctor, but goodness had nothing to do with it," which I think means that she's an exceptional Doctor because like she couldn't like stop and just like be kind and gentle with everybody. She just had to get on with it and lie, and just like not be like fluffy, not be like a fluffy teddy bear and just cry at everything that's happening. That she has to be harsh and like a hard and cold person to get everybody to safety. So I don't think that line meant that she wasn't good at what she did, but I don't know, because there's a bit of a debate about what that line actually meant. But and then we see Missy, and I noticed that Missy's viewpoint through her iPad. I thought it was really cool that she's got an iPad, but Missy's viewpoint through the iPad is sort of the viewpoint from the TARDIS. So I thought that was interesting. But behind Missy, there's like these windows which sort of look like Cybermen eyes with the little teardrop notch in them. So there's some debate about where Missy is or who she is, and I said that Missy is handles, which I thought might be interesting. But I really like that she got a little purple iPad cover. I really like that bit. So that's my review of Jamie Matheson's second episode, and I think he's a really excellent writer, and he should totally come back and write again for Doctor Who, and if not, be the next showrunner. Sorry, my camera's been completely rubbish. Don't really know how to fix it. Anyway, eventually my camera, when I fiddled with it, it should eventually work properly. It works sometimes. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, and I thought Riggsy was really good, and I think I wouldn't mind him coming back into the show. I think he'd be really good. And I really enjoyed all the effects, and I really liked that this episode was scary, but it was also hilarious too. And there's plenty of merchandise opportunities, because obviously you can buy the Siege TARDIS, and I thought the Doctor's glasses looked really cool, so I'd buy them too. And then you've got the TARDIS, so that's another thing you could buy. So there's a lot of things that'd be cool to buy. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Yay!